Students, our next topic is evaporation. And the definition of evaporation is a surface phenomenon. Particles from the surface gain enough energy to overcome the forces of attraction present in the liquid and change into vapor state. As you know that during the change of state, such as liquid, if liquid particles of liquid convert into vapor, so what happened during these states? Particles of liquid gain energy, and that energy is utilized by them to overcome the attraction of forces or to break free from the attraction of forces of other particles, and by receiving this energy they gets converted into vapors. And so this happens in evaporation process, and evaporation is a surface phenomenon because evaporation, such as this is liquid, the particles present at the surface take part in evaporation. So this is surface phenomenon, and the particles present at the surface, they receive the energy from their surroundings to get converted into vapors. So this is known as evaporation. And the heat energy that is utilized by these particles by receiving from the surroundings, that heat energy is called as that heat energy is equal to the latent heat of vaporization of this liquid, as we saw in the case of boiling of water, that after reaching the temperature of 100 degrees Celsius, if we continuously provide heat to the water, then after that heat is utilized by the particles of water to get converted into water vapor. So the same concept is here, but here melting point of this liquid is not provided, while the heat energy that is required by these particles to get converted into vapor, that heat energy they receive from their surrounding, and that heat energy is equal to the latent heat of vaporization. So next is, and here is written the definition: evaporation is a surface phenomenon. Particles from the surface. Particle from the surface means the particles that are present at the surface gain enough energy to overcome the attraction of forces present in the liquid and change into water state. And by receiving the energy, they overcome the attraction of forces or decrease the attraction of forces between them, so that between the particles of this liquid state, or the heat energy that is utilized by them, that heat energy is utilized to overcome the attraction of forces, so that they can change into another state or to break free from the attraction of forces of other particles, because these particles are also bind with the other particles by attraction of forces. So they use that energy by breaking down this attraction of forces through which they are bind to other particles, so that they can convert it into vapor state. So this is the main concept of evaporation. So particles at the surface, this is the particles of surface receiving the heat energy from the surroundings and gets converted into water vapor. As receiving the heat energy, particles are able to break free from the forces of attraction of other particles, like they are bind to these particles by the attraction of forces. So by receiving heat energy, they can able to break free from these from the attraction of particles. Next is this is an example that if this surrounding is our body, means these particles of liquid receive energy from the surrounding, and if this surrounding is our body surface, like in the case of nail polish remover, when we pour nail polish remover on our palm, then evaporation, and when we put nail polish remover on our palm, then what happen? Such as this is our palm surface, and this is a nail polish remover. After pouring nail polish remover, this nail polish particles of this liquid gain energy from our palm and gets evaporated. So heat energy is utilized from our palm, so our palm feel cool. So if this surrounding is our body, then evaporation causing body to feel cool, because heat energy is taken from body by particles of liquid to convert into water vapor, causing the body to feel cool. So next question is that why does evaporation causes cooling? Because through the process of evaporation, particles of liquid receive energy from the surroundings and makes the surroundings cool and makes the surroundings to feel cool. So this is the reason that why does evaporation causes cooling, because particles of liquid gain energy from their surroundings and make them be cool. And one more example of that evaporation causes cooling is that if we pour water on summer season on the roof, that roof surface is very hot, then pouring the water on the surface of roof, so on the by the pouring water on the surface of roof water, some part of water gets converted into water vapor, and the particles of water that is poured over the surface, the particle of water gets energy from the surface of roof and they gets converted into water vapor by the receiving heat energy from the surface of roof, makes the roof to be cool. So this is the reason, as after a hot sunny day people sprinkle water on the roof or open ground, because the large latent heat of vaporization of water helps to cool the hot surface. Latent heat of vaporization means the heat energy that is required by the particles of water. That heat energy particles of water receive from the surface of roof, and by receiving that energy, particles of water gets converted into water vapor and makes the roof surface be cool. And so this is that why does evaporation causes cooling. There are some more example of evaporation, that why evaporation causes cooling given in this book. Read in this. And our next topic is factors affecting evaporation. That what factors affect the evaporation? There are 4 factors. An increase in surface area. We increase the surface area of a liquid to be evaporated, then the rate of evaporation is increased. Then more amount of particles gets converted into water vapor if the surface area of liquid is increased. Next is an increase of temperature. If we provide temperature to this to liquid, then the rate of evaporation is also increase. They receive high amount of energy to convert it into vapor state. Next is an increase in humidity. Humidity means the amount of water vapor or amount of water vapor that present in air in our surrounding. The air that is present in that air, water vapors is present. So the amount of water vapor present in the air known as humidity. And if humidity is increased and if humidity is higher, then the rate of evaporation is decreased, because already high amount of water vapor present in atmosphere. And next is an increase in wind speed. If wind speed is high, then the water vapor that is formed from water or vapor that is formed from liquid through the process of evaporation, that vapor are taken away by wind. So increase in wind speed is increase the evaporation process. So these are the factors affecting evaporation process. Next is conversion of temperature from one unit to another. There are 2 units, mainly we use Kelvin and Celsius in our this chapter. So Kelvin and Celsius. So how can we convert Kelvin unit of temperature to Celsius unit? There is a formula. Kelvin is equal to Celsius plus 273. And if we convert Celsius unit of temperature to Kelvin unit, then we have to add 273 to Celsius unit to this temperature, that is in Celsius unit. Kelvin is equal to 250 plus 273, and we get 523 Kelvin temperature. So this is a question that convert 250 degrees Celsius into Kelvin, then we have to add 273 to this degree Celsius to convert into Kelvin. So here our chapter have finished here. Thank you.